Welcome to the Spitter Swallow Beer Review. Shagdog is here once again. It's our Memorial Day special, Day of Beer Remembrance. Also remembering, in all seriousness, remembrance of the soldiers, and all three of them, POW, MIA, KIA, and I don't quite know what that is. What's that? Wounded or something? I don't know. W and W? WW? I don't know. Got the POWMI, KIA killed in action, and WW. If someone knows what that one is, let me know. Anyhow, let me turn that down a little bit. Just getting into it, Spitter Swallow Beer Review. Day of Beer Remembrance. You know all the POWs, MIAs, unless they're in. I don't. Do we have? I'm not. I don't want to Googleize it. I'm sure there must be a couple from Afghanistan or Iraq that are POW or MIA. There must. I got to Googleize it, right? All right, let's check it. Sorry about that. I should have done that earlier. There are seven, according to this, let me double check that, confirm that, because that's coming from AI, and I don't trust AI. 8 soldiers from the. Okay, that's a different one. Okay. We'll just go with it. Let's see. As of. Okay. Well, 1991, the present. So it's counting Desert Storm, too. So. All right, I'll go through the name with it. I mean, Memorial Day is about all the fallen soldiers, but these guys are quite possibly could be still in those countries alive as prisoners somewhere. You never know. I'm probably sure, unfortunately, they probably passed away, but January 17th, 1991, just history. That guy was found, Michael Scott Specker. Okay, he was initially declared MI, but they found him eventually, saved him. I don't want all the history stuff. I thought I was giving names of all the actual people that are still MIA. All right, we'll just go to that. See, sometimes you ask Google when you try to Googleize it, you get too much information. So their name initially MIA, but were found. You know. According to Google AI, there were 17 U.S. service members missing or captured during the Iraq War. In the Afghanistan War, there are no U.S. troops listed as missing in action. There was only one POW in Afghanistan, Sergeant Bo Bagdahi, who was held by militants for 5 years and was later released in a prisoner swap. So, wow, no POWs, only one POW in Afghanistan. Wow, that's crazy. And no missing in action in Afghanistan. And then, but there are 17. I'm not sure if they were ever found. Oh, wait, okay, now you get more information. 17 U.S. service members were missing or captured during the Iraq War. Of these, 9 died in captivity, and 8 were rescued. So that's 17. So there's no MIA there, or POWs, according to that. 0 U.S. troops listed as MIA. And then Bo Brigade was only captured one. I can't believe only one cap. That shows you how damn horrible the Afghani. Anyhow. Now, if you go to stuff like Vietnam and, of course, World War II, a lot of it. I mean, there's over 882 POW MIAs, I believe. Let's Googleize it. How many POWs and MIAs are there in the U.S. military? There's a lot, not 800. 83,204 American service members are still unaccounted for, meaning they are either prisoners of war or missing in action. This includes personnel from World War One, and they're all dead basically if they're from World War One. Yeah, World War Two, if they're alive, would be amazing, but they're in countries that are friendly now, so I don't think they would be alive in World War Two. Korean War, possibility they could still be in North Korea somewhere if they're still alive. Of course, that was 50 to 54 or something like that. The Vietnam War, the Cold War, and other conflicts. Defense, POWMI Accounting Agency, DPAA, is actively working to identify and recover remains of these individuals. Here's the breakdown. World War II was the most. I think in World War II, some of these guys are probably buried in mass graves, and they're never going to find them. 73,000, that's where the majority of them are, World War II. 73,547. I'm going to assume more of that would be in the Pacific. All the battles in on islands and stuff like that. And even some naval battles, ships that were lost but were officially not known what happened to them. I'm sure they count those guys as missing in action. Korean War, 7,883. Cold War, 126. So I don't know what we're at, whether that's CIA agents, spies, stuff like that. I don't know. Vietnam War, 1,642, and then other conflicts, 6. So that's just crazy. World War II, 73,547 families don't know what happened to their loved one, whether they got killed or prisoner of war. They decided to stay in some island. Screw America, I'm not going back. I'm staying here. Who knows, right? That's crazy. That's a lot. Not sure why we got a commercial there, Adam Ferrari. I don't know if we're going to another video. Yeah, it's going to another video, I think. Screw it. No more music. Yeah, what a great day of beer remembrance. No Jammer. No Jammer fan. No P. Diddy. I used to have so many people that would join in. I'm becoming the lone soldier of the Spit or Swallow beer review. You go to any small town or even big town in America, you got national cemeteries all over the place. Let's see how many veterans national cemeteries are there in America? 156 national cemeteries maintained by the Department of Veteran Affairs. Let's see. Puerto Rico and 35 soldiers' lots and monument sites. Department of Veterans Affairs, maintained by Department of Veterans Affairs, National Cemetery Administration, United States, Puerto Rico, and 35 soldiers' lots and monument sites. Additionally, 122 VA grant-funded territory and tribal veteran cemeteries are also available. National Cemeteries Administration also manages 156 national cemeteries in 42 states and Puerto Rico. So almost every state, besides 42 states and Puerto Rico. Yeah, a lot of veterans in Puerto Rico, thanks to all of our Puerto Rican friends and I'd say countrymen, even though they're not a state. They might as well be. I think they vote on it all the time. They don't want to give up their, because I don't think they pay taxes. I don't think they pay federal taxes in Puerto Rico. That's probably the reason why they don't want to become a state. Now, if Trump gets rid of employment taxes somehow, then probably that's not going to happen though. Anyhow, yeah, I met a lot of good Puerto Ricans. Man, when I was stationed in Panama, that's where I met most Puerto Ricans because they sent a lot of Puerto Rican soldiers to Panama, apparently. I guess because it's bilingual and everything, so that helps out a lot. I mean, imagine if you're all speaking English or none of you spoke Spanish, so that does help a lot. And I even had one friend, Ecuadorian. He kind of looked like maybe a little Cholito Indian in him or something, a little Ecuadorian Indian, a little bit. He didn't really have slant eyes, but they weren't round. And we'd go out to clubs, and these Panamanian girls be speaking in Spanish. And they're like, "Oh, you habla español?" "Oh, no, I don't speak it. No, I'm Japanese and Italian," is what he would tell them. So he'd catch them, say, "Oh yeah, let's get away from these girls. They're trouble," because he'd hear what they were saying and stuff. Yeah. So that was handy to have. I had good times in the Army though, but yeah, I missed out on some things at home. My brother's wedding. When I was stationed overseas, I didn't have a lot of money saved. I could have caught a flight here, but yeah, I didn't have any money for a flight basically, so that's okay. Probably should have had a savings account, but missed that. My two brothers at one point were hanging out with the youngest brother of my grandfather, who passed away when my mother was 2. I think it was the youngest brother of the family, my uncle, great uncle. So my brothers, I met him a few times, but never really got to know him or anything growing up. Of course, my mom took, family, 1 or 2 family reunions, something like that. And went to his house once, stopped by to visit, But my brothers got to hang out with him, took him out to eat, took him a few places, whatever. A couple times they went up there, so that was nice. He'd tell them stories about our grandfather when he was young, getting drunk. They'd get drunk, get in fights, stuff like that, so. One of them, I can't remember if it was my grandfather or one of the other uncles, but one of them was drunk and passed out. It was in the winter, so they put him up on the porch in the middle of winter and, left him there. Passed out. Video games 1980. Hello. Day of Beer Remembrance. Also Memorial Day for our soldiers that passed on in the battle. Yeah, just drinking and thinking. 2 beers before I go to bed. I think Jammer would have liked my description for this video. I might copy and paste it and send it to him. What the? He's still sending me reels. All right, let's copy and paste this. I think Jammer's gonna like this. If he reads it. Hey, Video Games 1980s. Thanks for watching, everybody. And now you're gone. We don't play video games here. We play a lot of games, but not video games. We should do some drinking games. But I should look up Video Games 1980 on YouTube and see what he's about. Let's check. Video Games 1980. Nice name. Nice channel name, right? Now, was he born in 1980 or does he play games from the early 80s, right? Let's see here. Let's see what Video Games 1980s. Oh, I haven't been keeping up with comments. Well, thanks. New comments. What the hell? Heyman 7142 and Oblivious Wanderer. And also before that, I think I replied back to those guys. Mehmet Toprak. Oh, that's some scam stuff. Why am I getting these scam people coming on here? All right. We got a like from an Alabama boss. And that's it. And of course, our usual people that when we're on live, Jammer Fan, Freaky Freaks. Yeah. And I'd like to thank the two guys that thought I was some sort of MMA fighter, Cheo Sonnen, on the thumbnail for my Surprising History of Budweiser's Popularity video short. James IFC 86 replied, thought that was Chad Sonnen for a second. And then someone else responded on his thing, laugh out loud, me too. Like, we were reviewing beers now. It's like the MMA fighter review of beers. I had to look up the name because I didn't know who the hell the guy was. But apparently in that picture, I look like him. I am a man of 1,000 faces. But yeah, you'll have that. You'll have that. All righty. Oh, I was going to look up this guy. Video Games. I thought I said responded hello, but maybe he wanted me to type hello. I think. I don't know. Video Games 1980, right? How do you look up someone's channel? By typing in their name, what happens there's 10 people? Yeah. I don't see him. 1980s gamer, is that him? No, it was Video Games 1980s. Okay. Let's put an S there. I don't see him. 1980s games. I don't see anybody with that name. So, Well, thanks for watching, buddy. Yeah, I put Jammer up in the corner there. Over here. Wait, there. There. Okay. Right here. Because he's MIA POW. I said either his wife or family got him held hostage, or he's just missing in action. I don't know. I sent him a copy of the description. It says, "Welcome back to Drinking and Thinking, where we raise a glass to more than just a good beer. Today we're revisiting a day of beer remembrance, part 2. Shagdog's back with us, but there's a bittersweet tone to today's celebration. Jammer's MIA. We're not sure if he's been captured or just really, really hungover somewhere. Either way, we're sipping on some beers in his honor. Grab a cold one and let's toast to the memories, the camaraderie, and the beers that brings us together. May the hops be with Jammer, wherever he may be. So he laughed out loud with that one. So that's good. This is my last beer, though. I'm just trying. I got a heart. This looks disgusting. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm good on everything. It's almost time for me to go to bed. I do work graveyard shift. This is just a quick little 2 beer drinking and thinking. Probably didn't come out too good, but that's okay. The beers did. The beers tasted good at least. Maybe I'll get a little snack before I go to bed, right? Should have some good dreams with some beers and a snack. Boy, I had a weird dream yesterday. I dreamed of some girl I haven't seen since I was like 15 years old. Wasn't a girlfriend, although we had like a little crush thing going on with each other for a couple months. But I moved from where I lived from New York to Pennsylvania. Never got with her. Of course, I think she might have been too young. I mean, she didn't look that young, but I was 15. I think she might have been 13 or 14. I don't know. But never did anything with her, but we hung out and stuff, got along. She drew me pictures all the time. Yeah. Yeah, I had a dream about her. I was wondering where she is. The one that might have got away. But it was funny though, because many years ago, my step grandfather's funeral, me and my brother, who's also now gone, we went up to my grandfather's funeral in New York, and that was the first time I've been there since '97. But I only been there a couple times between '87 and '97, but from '97 all the way up to 2008, never been there. We're at this Holiday Inn, staying at a Holiday Inn, and we decide to go down to the bars, hopping. I guess it's ladies' night or something. They had karaoke, went in there to do karaoke. Did 1 or 2 songs. Well, there's this girl there. Looked like this girl, of course, but older, but also with a lot of weight. She looked familiar. I was thinking it was her or her sister, because she had a twin sister too. And I was like, but I didn't want to go up and ask her, "Are you so and so?" and be, look like a dummy. It could have been her or her sister, Oh well. They had a lot of. That hotel is known for people coming into town. They had a lot of contract workers there from Arkansas, and they stayed at that hotel. That hotel is known for people that come into town doing business, work, and stuff, and the ladies go to the bar there to try to meet out-of-towners. And most of the ladies just get tagged by out-of-towners, and out-of-towners say goodbye. Oh, well. At least that's what I was told. I don't know if that's true or not. If that was true, I should have got my own room. And my brother's like, "Come on, let's leave." I was like, "Man, ladies' night." Even though he was married and I had a lady back home too, but they were back home. Just kidding. I never cheated on that girlfriend. Well, that's probably going to do it for this one. Shagdog Spitter Swallow Beer Review Day of Remembrance Part 2 for today, 2025, Memorial Day. Soon me and Jammer will be, well, maybe just me, I don't know. We'll be doing our summer fiasco of beers. We just do some, you don't even have to be summer beers, just some beers. It's usually in June. Drink some beers, have a good time. Things screw up. Summer fiasco, that's how it goes. So we'll probably be doing that here this week or next week, hopefully, or I might be doing them by myself eventually. Jammer hasn't been on since before his trip to Europe, and that was like 4 weeks ago, give or take a few. Matter of fact, I could probably tell you. I can't go back to that now. Shit. But yeah, it was probably 4 weeks or so ago. It's funny, Jammer had a certain video on his Facebook that he posted back in April. Let me tell him that. I saw a Facebook post you put back in April, I believe, about RETARD commercial. And you said, "This is for my friend." I just saw that. I never see your posts hardly ever. So I asked, which friend? You better not say me. Yeah. Well, thanks for Video Games 1980s for hopping in for a minute saying hello. I say hello back and you never came back. So you probably thought this was some other video because we have nothing to do with video games. Maybe you have a family member that's POW or MIA. And thanks for stopping in. Anywho, I mean, some gave all. Wait. Some gave some, but some gave all, right? Is that how it goes? I can't remember. Yeah, it's right up above me. All gave some gave all. All gave some gave all, which basically they died. Or prisoner of war. I'd rather die than be a prisoner of war, actually. Yeah, because we're no angels, right? But we're not savages out. Well, there's probably some people that are savages. We're more, what do you call that when they like to do stuff to new students or anyhow, initiation type stuff. I mean, look at the ones in that Al Ghubab or whatever prison down there in Iraq, making them get naked, piling on top of each other. I mean, it's not nice at all by any means, but we weren't putting, well, as far as I know, we weren't pulling their toenails out, their fingernails out, electrocuting them, stuff like that. Now, I'm sure that still did happen. Of course, we waterboarded people, which isn't a good feeling, right? To be waterboarded. I'm sure I've never been waterboarded, but it gives you the sensation of drowning. So, and most people talk just because they're suffering. They'll tell you anything they want, so it doesn't make sense really. Might not even know anything, and they're telling you stuff. Stupid. Yeah, I'll do it for this one, man. Great beer. I'm almost out again. 2 12 packs. I got about, I think 2 left, 2 or 3 left of these, or maybe 1. Shit, I don't know. That might be it. So I'm gonna have to buy a new side beer. I can probably get another 12 pack, but I think I want to change it up a little bit. I definitely don't want to buy the Sam Adams summer beer, whatever it is. Yuck, right? I wasn't a big Sam Adams fan for some of their seasonal beers. Even their Boston Lager, not that great. I like the Boston Ale better than the Boston Lager, but you can't find the Boston Ale hardly anywhere. Some of the Sam Adams beers are all right. Don't get me wrong, but Cold Snap and this one and that one, most of their seasonal beers aren't that great. Just me talking. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even put Sam Adams in my top 10, top 20 breweries. I've had way smaller breweries that make better beer than Sam Adams. So, yeah, something I should have kept. Yeah, I wish I could have kept a spreadsheet on all the different beers and breweries and scores we gave, and then we could actually say, hey, well, this brewery, we reviewed 12 beers for them, and every beer we drank by them was a B plus to an A plus. And give the breakdown 5 A pluses, 5 A's, whatever. We could have done videos about that kind of stuff, the brewery itself. Well, hindsight's 2020, right? Could have, should have, what we didn't have. So, and I ain't gonna start working on it now because it's a little late in the game. We've been doing beer reviews for. I just can't see myself doing beer reviews forever. Although great people like Greg's Beer Reviews, I don't know when he started, 2009, 2010. He might have even been before that. God rest his soul. I don't know how many average beer reviews he did a week, and he was up there in age. But health wise and metabolism and a whole bunch of other stuff will affect you from drinking when you're older. You might be able to do one beer here, one beer there when you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s. I like to see an 80-year-old beer reviewer. If there is any, let me know because I want to subscribe. But yeah, there are some still out there that are in their 60s, I know for sure. There might even be some that are in their 70s still reviewing beers, but you're not going to be pounding no beers down when you're in your 70s. Hey, I got this 12-pack of this. I'm going to down it. Well, there might be some actually. Well, makes me want to go chug another beer. But I can't drink that much. I never have been a big drinker as far as like. Now, there's been some adjunct lagers and stuff I can put down, 10 or 12 back in my young days, but I can't even do that anymore. After about 4 or 5 beers, I'm done. Done. Anyhow, thanks for watching, subscribing, commenting, liking. Click that bell, tinkle that bell, because Jammer loves it. He loves the bell being tinkled. He likes it more so than I do. You can see him up there smiling about it, right up there. He's smiling about it. We'll see you on the next one. Hopefully Jammer can get back on this week. I really would love to start doing at least 1 or 2 recorded videos and do an upload. I would love for Jammer to do an edit. That'd be great. He's the superb editor. But that's okay. Yeah. I need a good editing program. But I just upload the video to YouTube and use their little editing thing just to snip out some quiet spots or stuff like that. That's all I do. I don't add nothing special. The only thing I might add special, and sometimes I might do a thumbnail occasionally. Take a screenshot from the video and add some text in or something like that. That's about it. All right, that'll do it for Spinner Swallow Beer Reviews annual Day of Beer Remembrance. Looking forward to our summer fiasco of beers, and then also in July, we might do some before 4th of July, but our Day of Beer Dependence. So join in, subscribe, be notified when we do those videos. You'll be surprised. Or not. All right, see you on the next one.